Okie doke. So we've got Lewis and Lily, please. Louis, all right. I've got a Lewis as a grandchild.
Kia ora.
Sorry if I called your name wrong.
Yeah, it's Louis actually.
Thank you very much.
Kia ora, we're spokespeople from School Strike for Climate Ōtautahi, who is also here today. I'm Louis, this is Lily. On April 5th, during our sit-in strike, we submitted over 70 written submissions from high schoolers and other concerned citizens asking you to take climate change seriously. Instead of deferring funds for 3 or 10 years down the track, you must begin investing now to address climate change that is happening now. Accelerating our climate program is a positive move, but we need at least tenfold the amount of funding. It is also unacceptable for the Christchurch City Council's Sustainability Fund to simply end in 2025. This must be reinstated to support schools and other groups in their sustainability projects. We would also like to see a reduction in the car and truck traffic through a serious mitigation plan, which would make our city friendlier to pedestrians and cyclists.
Inside the long-term plan, there needs to be more work done on the urban densification plan. It favours cars over the more efficient forms of transport. In order to create a sustainable future that requires careful attention to the way we design our city, Ōtautahi needs to go up, not out. There should be emphasis on creating denser environments and focusing on building apartments, which allow us to create more houses in less space. The city should be walkable. We need roughly 370,000 cars off the roads. We can start this by doing more by increasing the story limits in zoning and implementing policies that encourage denser, more vertical living. Instead, we continue to build more and more single-story subdivisions sprawling outwards. We would like to demand that our City Council makes urgent moves to structure our city for the long-term future.
As you will have likely heard many times by now, cruise ships are destroying our environment. Each cruise ship dumps thousands of tons of human waste into the ocean, polluting it. The emissions are 4 times higher than flying, and a single cruise ship burns through 150 tons of fuel a day. This adds up to 1 million cars. That's 323 million cars for the global cruise fleet. We are asking the Council to count the emissions from cruise ships in the long-term plan, as well as freight shipping and aviation to be included in the emission reduction plans.
Alongside this, biking is an excellent alternative to driving that gives many young people freedom and independence, however, not without safe cycleways. Ōtautahi has some excellent projects in this regard they have completed. However, we would love to see the completion of the Northwest Arc, the Northern Line, South Express, Wheels to Wings, Southern Lights, Avon Ōtākaro and Opa Waho by 2025. Bike lanes are cheaper per kilometre to build than roads for cars and generally need less maintenance because of the limited damage that bikes do. Having more people on bikes will be more positive for both our city's health in regards to the people and the environment.
In order to fund these critical projects, the City Council will need to increase rates. The proposed 13.24% increase is not high enough and should instead be set at around 24%. The Stormwater Activity Plan and Land Drainage Asset Management of the long-term plan says not enough funding has been provided for climate mitigation projects, alongside investing and funding into public transport, which is why, in order for these essential projects to be completed, rates must be raised. We acknowledge this is not a popular decision. However, a third of the city will face no burden to paying rates due to being renters, as is outlined in the 2022 Government Study of Housing Technical Working Group, and the positive impacts we could have from increasing rates would far outnumber the negative.
The council should also address the flood adaptation well before 2027. Heathcote floodplain management implementation should be brought forward to 2025 at the very latest, to protect residents of Heathcote from further flooding. The council is currently undergoing four projects that should be funded for completion in 2025. The Urupa Māori graveyards around the Christchurch area is being threatened by sea level rising. and money should be put into protecting these historic sites. Oh, it's still me. Sorry, guys. Finally, in order to engage young people effectively, the Christchurch City Council needs to recognise and transform their dense and lengthy planning documents into more accessible formats. It is unacceptable, and this should involve summarising your key points, simplifying the language by fostering dialogue through workshops involving youth advisory boards like your youth council, and collaborating with schools and community organisations. The council should aim to bridge the gap between traditional planning processes and interests of younger generation. Ultimately, the goal is to make civic matters more relatable and understandable to youth, encouraging their active participation in shaping the future of our city. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, Benjamin, please.